Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, in this session I'm once again taking the doubts from time and work topic, questions sent by some of the students. So I think still some students are confused with the problems from time and work. So let's take some more problems in this session. And once again I would suggest you just read the question before you see the explanation and try to solve it on your own. Okay, so this way you will be able to practice. So let's begin. Let's take the first question. Okay, let's take the first problem. A and B can complete a job in 24 days while working together. A alone can complete it in 32 days. Both of them worked for 8 days and then A left. The number of days B will take to complete the remaining job is. Okay, so they can complete the work in 24 days, A and B, right? So if they are working for 8 days, that means 8 by 24, 1/3 work is done. Complete, right? And A can do the work in 32 days and A is working for 8 days, right? Because for 8 days both of them are working. So while working alone, A can do 8 by 32 work, right? In 8 days, A can do 8 by 32 work. That is 1/4. So 1/4 work is done by A and 1/3 work is complete. Out of this, 1/4 work is done by A. That means the remaining work, the difference, has been done by B. So 1/3 minus 1/4, that is 112. So 112 work is done by B. So and this 112 work is done by B in 8 days. Right? So B can do 1/12 work in 8 days. So complete work he will take 96 days. That is 12 into 8. But 1/3 work is already done. So we are left with just 2/3 of the work. So he will take 2/3 of the time. So that is 64 days. Okay, so the number of days now we will take to complete the remaining job is 64 days. So there is hardly any paperwork required. Whatever the work I have done is for just your convenience. Otherwise, it's actually not required, right? In a factory, there are equal number of women and children. Women work for 6 hours a day and children 4 hours a day. During festival time, the work load goes up by 50%. The government rule does not allow children to work for more than 6 hours a day. If they are equally efficient and extra work is done by women, then extra hours of work put in by women every day are. Okay, so they are equally efficient. That means efficiency of women and children is equal, right? So first of all, what we do, we just try to make the problem simple. We just calculate per day work, right? And we just assume any good number for women and children since they are equal in number. So I assume 10 women and 10 children, right? So for one day particularly I'm talking about 10 women work for 6 hours a day. That means 60 hours, and 10 children working for 4 hours a day, 40 hours. So total 100 hours work. Since their efficiency is same, will not write woman work or children work, right? 100 hours per day. Now since the workload is going up, now the requirement is 150 hours. Okay, and children can work for 6 hours a day, right? There are 10 children, they can work for 6 hours a day. That means 6 into 10, 60 hour work is done by children. So the remaining 90 hours work has to be done by women. So 90 hours by women, and there are 10 women. That means each woman has to do 9 hours of work, right? So extra hours, earlier they were doing 6 hours, now they have to do 9 hours. So the extra hours are 3. Then extra hours of work put in by women every day are 3. Okay, that's pretty simple. I hope you are clear. With very simple assumption, we can do this problem very easily. I hope it's clear to you. A and B, each working alone, can do a work in 15 days and 25 days respectively. They started the work together, but B left after some time and A finished the remaining work in 7 days. Then how many days from the start did B leave? Okay, that means for last 7 days A is working all alone, right? That means in last 7 days, A might have done 7 by 15 of the work, right? 7 days he's working and he can do the entire work in 15 days. That means in last 7 days, 7 by 15 work has been done, right? So 7 by 15 work has been done in last 7 days. That means in before these 7 days, 8 by 15, that is 1 minus 7 by 15, 8 by 15 work has been done. That has been done by A and B together. So now A can do 1 upon 15 work per day, B can do 1 upon 25 work per day. So LCM is 75. Per day 8 by 75 work is done, right? And A and B have done 8 by 15 work. So 8 by 75 per day. So it's 5 days. That means 8 by 15 work can be done in 5 days, right? 8 by 75 per day. That means 8 by 15 work will take 5 days. That means before leaving, before A left, A and B did work for 5 days, right? So after how many days from the start date B leave? That means after 5 days, because for first 5 days they were working together. So for first 5 days A and B both were working, and after that for 7 days A alone was working. So the problem was pretty simple. I hope you are clear. A can complete a work in 20 days, B in 30 days. A worked alone for 4 days and then B completed the remaining work along with C in 18 days. In how many days can I think C working alone can complete the work? Okay, so A can complete a work in 20 days, and for the first 4 days A is working all alone, right? So for 4 days A is working and A can complete the work in 20 days. That means in 4 days he will be able to do 4 by 20, that is 1 by 5 of the work. So that means A has done 1 by 5 of the work in 4 days. Then he is leaving. Now B and C are working, and they are working for 18 days. That means B is working for 18 days and C is working for 18 days. Now B, if is working for 18 days and his capacity is 30 days, that means in 18 days he can do 18 by 30 of the work. So that is 6 threes are and 3 by 5. So 3 by 5 work is being done by B. 1 by 5 has been done by A. 3 by 5 has been done by B. So total 4 by 5 work has been done. That is 3 by 5 plus 1 by 5. So we are left with just 1 by 5 work. So this 1 by 5 work has been done by C. Now C is working for 18 days and C is doing 1/5 of the work. That means C will take 18 days to complete 1/5 of the work, right? So entire work C can do in 18 into 5, that is 90 days. 1/5 of the work 18 days, that means entire work 90 days. As simple as that. Okay. Okay, a pipe can fill a cistern in 12 minutes and another pipe can fill it in 15 minutes. Both of them are inlets. The third pipe can empty, that means it is working as outlet. The first two pipes are kept open for 5 minutes in the beginning and the third pipe also opened. Number of minutes taken to empty the cistern. Okay, fine. So two pipes are working as inlets and one as outlet. So per minute what is happening? So initial 5 minutes I can take 1 upon 12 plus 1 upon 15. So that is 60. 9 by 60. That is per minute. Per minute 9 by 60th part of the tank is being filled up. Now these two pipes are working for 5 minutes. So per minute 9 by 16, that means in 5 minutes 9 by 12, or I can say 3/4 of the tank is filled up, right? So before we opened the outlet, the 3/4 tank was filled up, right? Before we opened up or before we started the third pipe, before we opened up the third pipe, that is the outlet, 3/4 of the tank was full. Okay. Now after this, what is happening? Two of them are working as inlets and the third one is working as outlet, right? So I have put up a minus sign over here, being it an outlet, right? So now per minute what is happening? 1 upon 60th tank is being empty, right? Because of this negative sign. That means in 60 minutes the entire tank will be empty. In 60 minutes the entire tank will be empty if it is completely filled up. But how much tank is filled up? It is 3/4 only, right? So a completely filled up tank will be empty in 60 minutes. That means 3/4 tank will take 3/4 of 60, that is 45 minutes, right? Just be very clear. This is 1/60 is being empty every minute. That means in 60 minutes the entire tank will be empty. The entire tank, that means the completely filled up tank will be empty. But how much tank is filled up? 3/4 of the tank, right? So the completely filled up tank will take 60 minutes. That means 3/4 of the tank will take 3/4 of 60 minutes, that is 45 minutes. Okay. So you have to be very clear with this. If the tank is completely filled up, then it will take 60 minutes. But the tank is saying 75% or 3/4 is filled up. That's why it will take lesser time, or 3/4 of 60, that is 45 minutes. Okay. A and B undertake to do a piece of work in 2200. A alone can do it in 8 days, while B can do it in 6 days. With the help of C, they complete it in 3 days. Okay, that means A, B and C, all of them are working for 3 days, right? The first thing. And the second thing is, see, if A is taking 8 days and B is taking 6 days to complete the work, that means A is less efficient than B. So while we distribute the amount, we have to take this efficiency into consideration. So days and efficiency, they are in inverse proportion, right? Days and efficiency, days is inversely proportional to, or I can say, efficiency. Right? Days is inversely proportional to efficiency. More efficient, less number of days. So first of all, we have to find out how many days C will take to do this work all alone. We know the capacity or efficiency of A and B, but we don't know the efficiency of C. So first of all, let's find that out. Okay, so A is working for 3 days. So he might have done 3/8 of the work, because 8 days he can complete the work. So in 3 days he will be able to do 3/8 of the work. Similarly, B is working for 6 days. So in 3 days he will be doing 3/6 of the work, right? So the total work done by them is 8 and 6 LCM 24. 8 3s are, 3 3s are 9, 6 4s are, 4 3s are 12. So it is 21/24. That means 7/8 work is being done by A and B in 3 days. That means the remaining work, 1/8, has been done by C in 3 days. Okay. So for 1/8 work, C takes 3 days. For 1/8 work, C takes 3 days. That means entire work C will take 24 days. 3 days for 1/8 work, that means entire work he will take 24 days. Okay, now we know the individual capacities of A, B and C. So here A, B and C, since I told you days are inversely proportional to efficiency, so the amount should be distributed according to their efficiency. So it should be 1/8, 1/6 and 1/24. So I just multiply the three figures by 24 to make the ratio simpler. So it's 3, 4 and 1. So 3:4:1. So C share will be 1/8 of 2200, that is 275. Since none of the options are given over here as 275, so all of them are basically incorrect. The question, maybe the options sent by the student, maybe they are not correct. So we just opt for a none of these over here, but the correct answer will be 275 rupees. Okay. Sometimes the students end up making mistake. They just distribute the amount in the ratio of their number of days, right? Since all of them are working for the same number of days, 3 days, that means the amount should be distributed in the ratio of their efficiency. So it should not be 8:6:24. That will be really wrong. Okay, be very clear, it will be wrong. Okay, because amount should be distributed according to their efficiency. If one is taking more number of days, then he is less efficient. Okay. So I hope you are clear with the method. Just do not go with the options. Maybe they are wrong because the questions maybe they are based on memory sent by a student. So I don't know what has happened over here. But my solution, the approach is absolutely correct. So not to worry about it. One tap can fill up a water tank in 40 minutes and another tap can make the filled tank empty in 60 minutes. Okay. If both the taps are the very simple problem, per minute 1 by 40 of the tank is filled up and 1 upon 60 is being empty. So just take LCM. What is the per minute, what is happening in 1 minute that we can see? I think even we can take 120 as LCM. So 1 upon 120, it's since we have positive sign, so 1 upon 1/20th part of tank is filled up in 1 minute. Okay, 1 upon 120 per minute. That means it will take 120 minutes to get the tank completely filled up. That means 2 hours. Okay, so that's pretty simple. I hope you are clear. A, B and C together can complete a piece of work in 30 minutes. A and B together complete the same work in 50 minutes. C can do, okay, that's very simple. See, 1 upon A plus 1 upon B plus 1 upon C is 1 upon 30, right? A, B, C, that is 1/3, in 1 minute they will be able to do all of them while working together. They'll be able to do 1 upon 30th of the work, right? And 1 upon A plus 1 upon B is 1 upon 50. So this is 1 upon 50. So 1 upon C will be 1 upon 30 minus 1 upon 50. Just take LCM. Two upon 1 upon 50, that means 1 upon 75. That means C's capacity is 75 minutes. That's pretty simple. Okay, no need to even think for any sort of shortcut because this itself is very easy, right? And in fact, if you are conceptually clear, this sort of problem should not even take any sort of paperwork, right? See, ABC working together 30 minutes and A and B 50 minutes. So 1 upon 30 minus 1 upon 50, that is a simple calculation that you have to do. And 1 upon 30 minus 1 upon 50, that can be done mentally, right? I don't think there is any requirement of paperwork in this question. P can complete 1/4 of a work in 10 days. That means P's capacity is 40 days. Q can complete 40% of the same work in 15 days. 40% is basically 2 by 5. So 2 by 5 work in 15 days. That means entire work will be 15 into 5 by 2, right? Entire work is 15 into 5 by 2. 2 by 5 work, 15 days. So entire work will be 15 into 5 by 2. So I can take 75 by 2 or say 37.5 days. Then R, 1/3 of the work in 13 days. That means R capacity is 39 days, the complete work. And S, 1 upon 6 work in 7 days. So S is 7 6 are 42 days. Okay. So who will be able to complete the work first? So that is 37.5, least number of days taken by Q. Very simple, right? 2 men and 5 women can do a work in 12 days and 5 men and 2 women can do that work in 9 days. Only 3 women can finish the same work in. Okay. So 2 men 12 days, that means 24 men days plus 5 women 12 days, that means 60 woman days is equal to 5 men 9 days 45 men days plus 2 women 9 days 18 women days. Okay, so we just simplify this. 45 minus 24, that is 21 man days is equal to 60 minus 18, that is 42 woman days. That means 1 man is equal to 2 women. Okay, so this is the complete work. So 24 men will be equal to 48 women, right? One man is two women, that means 24 men is equal to 48 women. So 48 plus 60, 48 plus 60, 108 woman days work is there. So for 3 women, we divide 36 days. Pretty simple. If A works alone, he would take 4 days more to complete the job if both A and B work together. Okay, if B worked alone, he would take 16 days more to complete the job if A and B work together. How many days would they take to complete the work if both of them work together? Okay, so I assume they are taking X days to complete the work if they are working together, right? X days A and B together, right? That means A alone will take X plus 4 days, and B working alone will take X plus 16 days, right? So we just write the equation. In per day, A will do 1 upon X plus 4 of the work, right? Because A is taking X plus 4 days to complete the work. So in one day, 1 upon X plus 4. In one day, B will be doing 1 upon X plus 16, and in one day, 1 upon X work will be done. So this is the equation with us, and where we have to find out the value of X, right? This is A's one day work, this is B's one day work, and this is work done per day. Okay, so since they are taking X days to complete the work, that means in one day they will be doing 1 upon X of the work. Now there are two ways. Either you just solve the equation, or what you can do, you can choose the correct values from the option, right? Now when you choose the values from the option, you need to do a smart calculation. See, if I take X as 10, that means 10 plus 4, 14, and this is 26. So these are some awkward figures, right? So you cannot get an equation like this with 10, and a good equation, I can say, right? 14 and 26, so awkward figure. Suppose I take 12. So 12 plus 4, 18, and 12 and 16, 30. Not very good. Just keep it aside. 6 plus 4, 10, and 22. So further awkward figure. I take 8. So 1 upon 12 plus 1 upon 24. So I just make it simple. 1 upon 12, or I can say 2 by 24 plus 1 upon 24. So that is 3 upon 24. So that's 1 by 8. Perfect. Right? So this way you can make the calculation, you make the solution very simple, right? So instead of solving the equation, just try to choose the value from the option and eliminate the options which are not favorable or which are giving some undesired values like 14, 26, something like that, right? You can even check by 12. So 12 plus 4, 16, and 12 and 16, 28. I'm sorry, I took it as 30. So, but it is 28. 16 plus 12 by calculation. So even this is an awkward value because 28 is some awkward figure over here, right? So 8 days is the correct answer. I hope you are clear with the method. So once again, good number of problems from time and work I have solved in this session. If you still have the problems in time and work, you can definitely send your doubts. But one suggestion I would like to make over here, see, you need to put up lot of efforts, right? Because see, so many problems I have solved, even then I'm getting the similar doubts, right? So sometimes it happens that your preparation is not at par, right? So just put up some more efforts, just try to analyze the problem, then try to solve the problem on your own, right? After that, even if you are not getting the solution, not getting the appropriate method of solving, then definitely you can send the doubts, and you can send the doubts at alka@learnersplanet.com. Just write the mail ID over here. Good number of students are confused. So alka at learners, you must be knowing the spelling, learnersplanet.com. Okay, so I'll see you in the next session once again with some more problems, more doubts. Bye bye.